Hi, I'm Taman.
And I'm Sheena, and we're chasing a plate. Tonight we're in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and we've come to TTDI Night Market or Pasar Malam to explore. There is a brilliant mix of fresh produce and a lot of street food. We're starving, let's eat. Thomas and I love visiting Pasar Malam or night markets, and we've been to quite a few whilst we've been in Kuala Lumpur. We'll link them up in a playlist up there, but this one looks really interesting because there's a range of different food that we haven't seen at any Pasar Malam before. Let's go and explore.
We got a bag of hot curry puffs to start us off. We couldn't resist, we walked past and they were bubbling in the oil. Really fresh. So we got 10 of them, so we're not going to go hungry. Let's see. They're quite a nice size, quite little curry puffs, look really crispy. So it's filled with potato. It's like a mashed potato which is all filled with the curry powder. Very simple. I can see one little green leaf. It's a dried leaf, I'm not really sure what it is. Can hardly see it, but apart from that, it's just potato and curry. So a really simple way to start us off, and when we saw them bubbling away like that, we could not go past. This will set us up for a night of eating at this market.
It's boiling hot today, so we're going to grab a drink to cool us down. I got a big refreshing cup of ayam kucing, which is made up of a lohong gua, which is monk fruit, winter melon and a longan, and it is really good for cooling you down in the heat. So refreshing. I'm
going to go to a different drink stand because I love these stands that they have where all the different drinks are lined up in these huge tubs, and I'm going to try something I've never had in Malaysia. Hello, satu ice milo. Terima kasih. It's just started to rain, so we've snuck under the shelter for a bit, but I've got my iced Milo to try. Now Milo, if you're say from America or a country that doesn't have Milo, it's a powdered, sweetened chocolate drink. You make hot drinks, cold drinks out of it. We're from New Zealand, so Milo is a real thing of our childhood. Let's try this one in Malaysia. Oh, it's so good. It's like sweet chocolate milk with much more of a sort of a caramelly, malty taste than normal chocolate milk. That is not going to be the most refreshing choice I could have made, but it's going to make me very happy.
The rain has stopped and we've got our eyes on the next snack. Let's go. So I've got my little parcel of pulut udang. So pulut is glutinous rice and udang means prawn. We've never had this before, but these are selling like hotcakes. So basically the little parcel is wrapped in banana leaf and then they're being heated up over charcoal. They look really interesting. So got it open right here. Okay, so it's made up of pulut, so that's the white glutinous rice there, and then there's what I think might be coconut, and then the prawn must be mixed in with that, and then it's red possibly from sambal. Let's just give it a go. I'm going to just pull a bit off and pop it in my gob. It's really tasty. So the sticky rice is quite salty, and then the coconut mixture is actually very sweet, and the prawn flavour is not very strong, but what it reminds me of is otak, which is almost like a grilled fish paste or grilled fish curry. It's got those flavours, so I can taste lemongrass and there's that hint of chili. It's a really good snack. There's lots of stalls which offer more substantial meals at this Pasar Malam or night market. So we have come for a bowl of chicken noodle soup and it looks pretty interesting. So I can see rice noodles, the thin type, which are called bihun. There's fried shallots, bean sprouts, I can see some spring onions, there's poached chicken, there's some like chicken bones in here as well, which will give the soup so much flavour. And I think there's a little bit of chilli as well. Let's just give this soup a go.
Yeah, you share with me.
It's really intense in chicken flavour, has a little bit of a spice, but a really strong peppery taste as well. I'm going to add a bit of this chili, which is just sitting in a huge goblet here. I can see a lot of, so chili, there's green chilies I think, and it's quite watery, so I'm just going to dump a whole lot in there. Both Thomas and I are real chili fiends, so hopefully it's not too crazy fed up or spicy. Let's give that a go. It's not crazy hot, it just adds a really nice fiery kick. I'm going to give some of those noodles a go too. So slippery. I got a bit of chicken in that mouthful as well, and that's really tender. And honestly, adding that spoonful of chili has just really ramped up the soup a notch. It's very tasty.
There's something really fun about coming to night markets all over the world. My most memorable ones are from Taiwan when we were there. The night markets were crazy. And interestingly, we've seen a lot of Taiwanese street food at Pasar Malams or night markets in KL. Not this one though really, there's only one little Taiwanese thing here. Everything else is much more traditional at this one, which I quite like. But where are your favourite night markets? We want to know, because if you can tell us your incredible stories, we'll put them on our list and we'll make it to those countries to go eating at night markets. It's our favourite thing. Next up, we've grabbed some apam balik, which is the dessert I love, and this one feels really hefty. I'm just going to rip open this big paper package. Now this is a bit of a special apam balik because it has banana and corn, and it's sort of green, so I think it might be a pandan flavoured batter. But it's a rice flour batter which is cooked in a big almost skillet pan, and they dump lots of sugar on it. Traditionally it's sort of just sugar and peanuts, but this one obviously has the banana and the corn. And then it's all just cooked in this big skillet, folded over, cut into triangles. So you can see there's two pieces here, but it's all been cut into shapes. So let's just grab one and give it a go. You can see how green it is. Big bit of corn sticking out, big bit of banana. Oh wow, I got it on my nose. Wow, the banana's really creamy. Wow. The corn has got a little bit of crunch. I think it's canned corn, so it's got whole kernels, but then that sort of that almost sauciness that is with canned corn. Oh. So you get like a crunch where it's been on the pan, but then because the other half is above, that's all aerated like a crumpet. So the top side's all aerated, the bottom's crunchy. This is going to be super filling because of the corn and the banana. It's really tasty. I love this dessert. You'll see these at all the Pasar Malams and you have to try it. Apam balik is amazing.
That apam balik was really sweet. We each had one piece and then we had to pop it away to save for later. I'm not sure if Thomas mentioned, but it had like a green tinge to it and a really strong pandan flavour. It was very tasty. There's one more thing we have to try tonight, and that's one of my new favourite sweets or desserts, and it's called putu piring. Let's go and find it. These are putu piring. They're essentially a steamed rice flour cake, but in the middle is a dollop of gula melaka, which is a coconut palm sugar, and it's just so soft and so sweet. We made the mistake of trying putu piring the first time when it was cold and it tasted like sawdust. So make sure that you eat it fresh when it's piping hot. So I've got my little packet here and we're going to dig into this. Let's open this baby up. So it was a set of 5 for 3 ringgit. Look at that. They look so moist. They're sitting on like a little bit of banana leaf. I'm just going to get right in. Ooh, they're pretty hot. And grab one. There's a little bit of coconut on the bottom too, which is how they traditionally come. That just melts in your mouth. It's quite a basic flavor, so the rice flour is really plain, but what really stands out is that hit of coconut palm sugar. It is to die for. We've got to get into these, Thomas, before they get dry and cold.
While we're here at the market, we're going to do some fruit shopping for home. But there's one fruit that lots of subscribers have been telling us to try in a video, which is jackfruit, or nangka?
Yeah, nangka.
Nangka in Malay. And it's actually a fruit we eat all the time, most days actually, because I love it. I can't get enough of it. But we've never thought to put it in a video. So let's grab some and I'll eat it for you. Alright, we've got the jackfruit. I can't find any shops where the jackfruit is in its entirety, so all we've got is the little lobes, I think they're called, that are inside. So these things can be huge, absolutely spectacular. The sort of knobbly, giant fruits that hang off trees, but this is the end result when you break them open. Let's give it a go. Oh, that is a flavour. It's quite hard to describe, I find, because it's not really comparative to anything. But to me, it kind of tastes like a mango crossed with a really mild durian, and then a really sort of a nice, like a Fuji apple, like a more sweet, watery apple. It's crunchy. It's got a little pip inside as well. It's crunchy, but it's not really, really crunchy. So it's got a bit of juice, a little bit of crunch and bite to it, but it's just, when you bite through it, it's kind of like eating a really hard bit of cake. Jackfruit is the best. This is the best way to start the day. I eat this every morning. Tummies are completely jam-packed, but we've had a great time at this market. Remember, if you enjoyed it, jump down below, hit subscribe, thumbs up, and we have plenty of other videos from markets in KL or Pasar Malam, which are quite different to this one. Like I said earlier, this one seems to have much more traditional local style foods, no outside influence. So this one is a really cool one to visit. So if you're a local, do you like this one? Have you been here? If you're a tourist, I reckon come along. Check this one out during your holiday because it's got a much more local feel to me. I like it.
So do I. We hope we inspired you to eat and explore like a traveller, not a tourist. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Jumpa lagi!
Jumpa lagi!